Xin Chao. Hey, how are ya? In this video today, we are going to talk about the Metro Line number 2 in Saigon. So, the Metro Line number 2 in Saigon is going to be going through, and they're going to be starting on that supposedly in November. Right now, all they're doing is clearing the power lines and relocating some homes. So let me read directly from the article about this one. They're going a little bit different with line 2. Let's see here. Electricity, water, telecom lines along the proposed Metro Line number 2 in Saigon are expected to be fully relocated by December this year to enable construction to start. The relocation is one of the key tasks in preparing the construction site and has seen around 60% completion after more than a year's work. The work's simultaneously being carried out at 12 different locations at one time now. Let's just wait a little bit. It's a little wind noise loud. Enjoy the bridge. Man, it's a windy day. All right, so initially the contractors will relocate the water, drainage, electricity, telecom lines within a 5-meter wide corridor along the route before later housing them permanently underground and reconstructing the electricity and telecommunications systems. All the Metro Line will run along busy streets, and the city center construction is mainly carried out at night to minimize disruption faced by the public. The Ben Thanh to Tam Long Metro route will run 11 kilometers with 9 underground stations, 1 above ground. It will pass through and under roads like Chongqing, Kakmang Tang Tam, ending the underground at Ben Thanh Station in downtown area. Ho Chi Minh City's first Metro Line from Ben Thanh to Soi Tin became operational last December. The second route is expected to cost over $2 billion US. It was initially scheduled for completion in 2026, but yeah, they're now saying it's going to be delayed until 2030. The government last week approved the city's proposal not to depend on foreign investments anymore. So they are going to just pay for the metro system instead of getting a loan from Germany, is who they were going to get a loan from, which is kind of good because that's what was actually holding back a lot of the line too, was procuring money. They couldn't get the loans to go through, amongst, you know, a million other things. But what do I think is going to happen? Let's get to the, of course, the tremendous opinion part about these deals that you know and love and you come here for. Okay, đúng rồi. Okay. Come on. All right. Come yet. Okay. So what do I think is going to happen? I think they're going to get busting ass on this line too, and I think it's going to get done really quick. The guy that owns VinFast, forgive me if I forget his name, but the billionaire guy here, they're like Elon Musk of Vietnam. He wants to run a line really far, like to the beach. So he is going to go through and do that. I think they're calling that line 3, but he's pretty much going to get line 3 going and going hard, and that's going to include a lot of extra stuff. I think they all understand how well the first Metro Line's doing. They're going to add more cars to the first Metro Line too, as they figured out that they're meeting capacity. So I think I read they're going to add 2 cars anytime now, or more than that even. But I think they're just seeing how well and how impressive the first line has done. I mean, go on that subway when you're here in Saigon and tell me that's not the best metro system you've ever ridden on your whole entire life. I mean, it's got some problems like going in, they don't have enough ticket boosts for people paying and coming in with the system that they have now. So they need to make them a little bit thinner to go through and add like 3 or 4 more at each station for when they have rush hour, which I'm sure they'll figure out and adjust. But the train itself, like as you go for a ride on that train, it's the smoothest metro I've ever been on. I mean, I haven't been on them all. I hope to at some point in my life. But that is definitely the smoothest, quietest, least joltiest, super efficient, super clean. It is a nice layout inside of each one. It's well thought of. The only thing that's missing is accompanying infrastructure with the metro systems. What Saigon needs to do is pretty much copy the same thing that Bangkok has done and have a walking system integrated into the subway system. It's not very hard to just already off the concrete that's going down where the metro is to just put a walkway underneath to where you're walking underneath it and you get the shade all the time. I mean, if you've ever been in Bangkok, you know exactly what I mean. You can walk, all the way from Terminal 21 halfway down towards Soi 4 and you get the shade underneath the metro system, the BTS, I think. But you could easily put walk areas where the metro is above ground. And personally, I'm all for it, I don't see the problem in that in any kind of way. Pause here. Yeah, so Vietnam halts use of German loans for Ho Chi Minh's second metro line to avoid delays. Ho Chi Minh City Metro runs more trains amid mergers of provinces, travel demand from the new officials. So yeah, Saigon will increase the frequencies of the service on its metro line until August 15th to meet the rising demand following the merger of other provinces with it. According to the city department, there will now be a train every 7 to 10 minutes compared to the 10 to 15 minutes now. On weekends, there will be 8 to 12 minutes. So that's not bad. We just need to get that down to 5 minutes and you're operating at pretty good. But I think 7 minutes is a very doable and very approachable time. The line runs from Soi Tin to Ben Thanh, taking approximately 30 minutes. The increased frequency is to accommodate higher commuter demand and to support officials, civil servants, and workers. So again, like how I was kind of complaining of, there's no need to squish all those people. And when I was getting frustrated and what people weren't understanding, and some people even put in the comments, like, you should see Japan and stuff. Well, Japan's crushing them in because they've got all the trains max capacity running on the track. That's not the situation at all going on here in Saigon. They had more trains that they could have just put on the track to alleviate. But I know how they operate because it's how all Vietnamese are. They wanted to save money, and they didn't see that there was enough traffic to come through to probably offset the cost of adding more cars and then having more frequency of time. So now that they've seen the light, they of course add it. I mean, you kind of have to. There's no, what are you going to do? It's pretty bad at rush hour. You're jamming into some stuff that's pretty hard to get into and pretty uncomfortable. I mean, honestly, for real. We're going to have a new updated guide for all the areas to go to at night because, we kind of are back to going out a little bit at night. I don't party anywhere where I used to, but I'm going to throw together some guides for the YouTube channel. Let me know what else you want to see on there. Also, let me know in the comment section, what do you think? Do you think the metro line is going to get delayed for 10 years like the first line did? Or do you think it's actually going to get finished by 2030 with Vietnamese money? I'm very curious to see what you, the people, think. The updated guide for the thing will be coming out soon. And of course, go watch me stream on kick.com/fatandbroke. It is absolutely free to sign up. You do not need to get an application or anything. You just open up Google Chrome on your phone or your device and go to kick.com/fatandbroke. If you do create an account, which is free, and watch me, it helps me to get paid. So I'd greatly appreciate it if you did have the heart in you to go do that. Fat and Broke would greatly appreciate you. As ever, I hope this was very helpful. That's a government from another country. As ever, I hope this was very helpful for you. Have a good day. We'll see you on the next one. Stay frosty. Peace out. Great thumbnail at the end there. Tremendous. Couldn't ask for a better thumbnail. Bye.